I had a conversation with a friend recently, and he's an iPhone user, and he told me there is no reason to buy an Android. And since I'm petty, I decided to make a video to show him how wrong he is. There are simply two things that the iPhone cannot do. The first one is S Pen, and the second one is DeX. Samsung DeX is a feature that lets you use your flagship Samsung phone as a laptop. I don't have a personal laptop since my MacBook M1 broke. DeX is enough for my task, and for video editing or coding, I simply use my Mac Mini. To use DeX, you can use a monitor like a portable Lenovo M14T or something even better like GOOVIS ART. This GOOVIS is an open design head-mounted display. The company sent it to me a few weeks ago, and it works perfectly with both my Samsung Galaxy Ultra and Galaxy S24 base models. I thought it would be a great way to showcase how I use DeX instead of a dedicated laptop. I've updated the Galaxy S24 to the latest OneUI 7, and I've noticed some bugs are being resolved, like the bug of the connectivity of a Bluetooth keyboard to the Galaxy phone. I am Mo, and I do teach mixed reality at the university, and I'm very familiar with these types of displays. To use the head mount, you can simply connect your phone to the display if it supports video output. Fortunately, almost all flagship phones have this output. After you do that, the phone's screen will be displayed on the monitor. If you want to use DeX mode, you can go to Quick Setting, click on DeX, wait a few seconds, and see a screen similar to any other desktop operating system like Ubuntu or Windows. This phase is a bit optional, but you can of course attach a Bluetooth keyboard to your phone to have a separate keyboard. For now, I'm going to use only the phone since with the ergonomics of the head mount, I can do anything I want without the need for a keyboard or a mouse. You can then use your phone as a trackpad. For that, you have to go to the notification center, and then there is use your phone as a touchpad. You click on that, and then this area will be yours to do any navigation that you want. With the trackpad, you can perform actions similar to those of a normal laptop. For example, if you drag 3 fingers up, it will open recent apps. Then, if you drag 3 fingers down, it will close all the recent apps window. If you drag 3 fingers down again, it will minimize all open window and take you to the desktop. You can then drag 3 fingers up to return to the windows that were open. If you are inside an app like Adobe Lightroom, you can scroll through pages using 2 fingers to scroll left or right. If you touch the screen of the phone with 3 fingers, it will take you back. If you use 2 fingers on the desktop or on icons, it works like a right click on a normal mouse and opens the options menu. If you double click, it will open a window. Then you can hold the bar on the window, drag it, and reorganize it. Naturally, you can open as many windows as you want on the main screen, and all your apps will appear in the toolbar on the desktop. In the toolbar, you can access your app dashboard in the far left corner. Next to it, you will find the search button and your recent apps. In the middle of the toolbar, you have all the open apps. On the right side, you'll find tools like a screenshot, volume control, notification center, connections, and the time and calendar. Let's do a quick task to show you how the whole thing works. For example, let's say we want to change the background on the desktop. First, I will drag the 3 fingers down to return to the desktop. Then I will click on the desktop to open the setting with 2 fingers. I will click on wallpaper, then gallery, and then I will select my wallpapers. I took this picture on my last trip to Hamburg when reviewing S24, and I love it. Now, let's try to navigate with a keyboard. I'm using ThinkPad Trackpoint 2 because this one has a Trackpoint on it, which I'm very used to. You have to put a keyboard on Android mode and connect it via Bluetooth. The beauty of DeX is that the shortcuts are similar to Windows, so you don't need to relearn them. For example, if you click on the Windows icon, it will open the app's dashboard. If you press Windows plus D, you'll go to the desktop. Most of the shortcuts that you know for Windows also work for DeX. For example, here I'm using the Trackpoint to open Chrome. Then I can do Ctrl plus T to open a new tab. I can use Ctrl plus L to go to the search bar, then search for whatever I want and get the result without even needing to touch a mouse. You can also customize the keyboard. For example, you can set the escape key to work as the back button. I also want to show you a couple of applications and how they look like on DeX. So the first application that I wanted to run and test was YouTube. The nice things about this setup is that there is also a built-in speaker, and you can use the volume rockers on it to increase or decrease the volumes. You can also set your phone to output audio and play through the phone's speakers. You can naturally use a headphone if you want to. And I'm using the one that was on the package from GOOVIS, which has great quality. The home screen on the YouTube does not look the best on DeX, but when you open a video to watch, it is another world. In general, streaming and playing videos is probably the best use case for the setup I got for myself. For example, Daria loved it and even told me she would steal my headset after I finished this video. And her words, not mine, it feels like you are in a cinema, but you are not in a cinema. So GOOVIS, if you're watching this video, maybe send me another one. Otherwise, I'll have to buy one myself. I also use it often when I'm simply cooking and I want to passively watch a podcast or follow some instructions. The second application that I tried to do with DeX was gaming. You can use a keyboard and mouse and play the games like a console game. But frankly, I'd rather just play it in a normal mode. I prefer to play the game in normal mode and just use the GOOVIS to make the display larger, and it worked very well together. One nice thing that I experienced was that my eyes weren't fully covered. So when I had to do tasks that needed more attention, I could simply look down to see where I was touching. However, in general, I didn't need to look down that often since my muscle memory was there. The headset or any monitor can simply mirror the phone's screen in this case, and that's also a pleasant experience. The next app that I used in this setup, and it was kind of fun to use, was the camera app. I first got this idea by connecting the head mount to my Sony FX30 camera, which was a fun experience. Usually, when you go out to shoot videos, you can use a field monitor. In this case, the field monitor is a head mount. You can, of course, operate drones with it too. Anyway, I tried to do the same setup but with a Galaxy S24 Ultra and a head mount. I'm unsure if I would do such a thing in real life again, but the experience was fun. You can basically use the head mount as a field monitor. Here I'm using the Galaxy S24 Ultra. I connected the head mount to the phone via USB-C and I use the camera to shoot a video and monitor it. This can be useful when you can't look at the screen because you are shooting from a certain angle. For the productivity like writing the screens and reading from them, I usually use Google Drive and Google Docs and other Google products, which is called Google G Suite. I know DeX has limitations with Microsoft said, such as Excel, and a lot of functionalities are not available. But honestly, I personally never use Excel and other Microsoft tools. Having a larger display would actually let me write my script without making mistakes. This is where you definitely need a Bluetooth keyboard. You can also use a wired keyboard with a hub if you want to, but I think a Bluetooth keyboard would make much more sense in this setup. Again, it works like any other laptop. You have all your shortcuts on the keyboard and you can start being productive. Let's have a quick look at the bottoms of the headset. You can use the head mount to view both 2D and 3D content. Simply press the 3D button to switch between the two modes. You can increase and decrease the brightness of the display and adjust the volume using the volume rockers. Also, like me, you may wonder if you do get eye strain by looking at the head mount monitor. GOOVIS Art features low blue light micro OLED screens and advanced virtual image technology to reduce eye strain. Its magnification and long distance simulation technology shifts the focal point to a distance virtual image, relaxing eye muscles even when the headset is worn close to the eyes. For better comfort, I also changed the padding on the back of the device to a larger cushioned one that was included in the box. Also, GOOVIS supports the wearing of myopia glasses for convenience use by all users. Additionally, for those with mild myopia who don't typically wear glasses in daily life, GOOVIS Art thoughtfully provides a built-in diopter adjustment ranging from 0 to -3.5D, and this is something I personally use. You can also adjust it like this. All in all, I think this setup is amazing. Both me and Daria are in love with it. And I plan to get myself a second set since Daria is stealing the review unit from me. I think for most use cases, DeX can in fact replace a laptop. There are sometimes limitations if you need a certain app like Adobe Premiere or Microsoft Office, where you don't get the same functionality as a desktop. If you enjoyed this video, you can see me ranting about why I prefer Android over iOS. Thanks for tuning in to TechMo, and I will see you in the next one.